Copyright 2014, Math, Diagnostics, and Intervention, all rights reserved. We're going to take a look at how to graph an inequality on a number line if we are given the inequality. For example, let's suppose that we have an inequality m is greater than or equal to 4. What we're going to do with this is we're going to first off plot the number 4, and we're going to plot the number 4 with a solid dot. The reason we're going to use a solid dot is because this is an or equal to inequality, so that includes our endpoint, and in order to show that it includes our endpoint, we have to fill it in with a solid dot. So we have a solid dot at 4. Now the rule is, as long as the variable is first, the direction of our graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same. So our variable is first, and our inequality points to the right. Since our inequality points to the right, our graph will also point to the right. So we graph our inequality like this. So we graph m greater than or equal to 4, solid dot at 4 because it's an or equal to, and then our variable is first and the direction points to the right for the inequality, so the direction must point to the right for the graph as well. Let's take a look at another example. Let's suppose that we have the letter, the variable f is less than -2. F is less than -2. The first thing we want to do is we want to plot our endpoint at -2, only this time we're going to use an open circle at -2. And the reason we're going to use the open circle is because this is strictly a less than. There is no or equal to for our inequality symbol. That means that our endpoint is not part of the solution, and in order to indicate that, we have to leave an open circle at -2. Our variable is first, so the direction of our inequality and the direction of our graph in this case are both going to be to the left. So we will have our graph point to the left. And there is our graph of the inequality. F is less than -2. Let's see what happens when our variable does not come first. Let's suppose that we have x, and let's make that -6 is greater than x. Well, in this case here, my variable doesn't come first, but I can make it so that my variable does come first by simply turning the inequality around, meaning that I'm now going to write the number, or the x and the number -6, leaving a little bit of space. And since my inequality points to the x, my inequality must keep pointing to the x when I'm done with it. Now my variable is first, and I can follow the rule that as long as the variable is first, the direction of the graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same. I have an open circle at -6, and my inequality points to the left with my variable first, so my graph will point to the left, like that. So as long as you remember the rule that as long as the variable is first, the direction of the graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same. And remember that if the variable is not first, you can always make it first by turning the direction of the inequality around, as we did here. You'll have no difficulty with graphing inequalities. Good luck.